If you can truly understand this, you are far more likely to be a successful investor. But if you don't, it is very possible that you will struggle and make costly mistakes. Hi, my name is Ognan, and on this channel I talk about investing and helping people achieve or at least get closer to financial freedom. And today you will find out what is one of the biggest obstacles people who are on that path face. You see, in today's world, starting to invest has never been easier. You download an app, you do an instant transfer from your bank, you press one button and boom, now you're an investor. On the surface, that looks great, right? While it is true that this has allowed the average person to invest and build wealth a lot easier than before, it has also led to one huge downside. Investing has become a game where you tap buttons on a phone and buy stock names on your screen. This has made the process a lot more abstract and has led to the gamification of investing. What does that mean? Well, a lot of new investors seem to forget that behind these numbers, letters and charts that go up and down, there are real businesses with real products and services. And when they don't realize it, this leads to poor investment decisions and results because it's really hard to correctly analyze an investment when you are not actually sure what the companies you are investing in do. Also, if the price of the stock starts going down, you don't have any conviction in it, and you are not familiar with the business model, it is far more likely that you will panic sell or at least spend a lot of sleepless nights. After all, there is a reason why one of the greatest investors of all times, Warren Buffett, says that you need to view stocks as businesses and make your investment decisions as if you are the business owner of the company, which technically you are. Alright, that sounds great in theory, but how do you translate it to actionable steps that can work for the everyday person? What I like to do sometimes is to simply take note of all of the activities we do in our lives and how they are connected to the companies I am investing in. Once you start doing it, this little exercise can be a game changer for you because you will realize how many of our daily actions are connected to and impossible without the same stocks that we are researching. As a result, this will train your mind to always look for the underlying fundamentals and the practical, real-world value a company brings to the world. At one point, this will become the default way you view stocks, and you will stop accepting them as abstract names with charts on your screen. It might sound simple and even foolish, but with time, it will focus your mind on the right things and change your investing lenses. The second advantage of this exercise is that you will be far more motivated to invest because you will start noticing how many of your actions and the actions of people around you will be depositing money in your pocket every day. It is simple things like that that can be enough to motivate you to start building your own portfolio and set you on the path towards building sustainable long-term wealth. To illustrate what I mean, I will give you a real-world example that even a child can understand. Let's say you are a person living somewhere in the USA, for example, Texas. It's Saturday, and you've woken up and you go to your kitchen. You decide that you want a lovely toast with some mayonnaise. Is that even a thing? Do people actually eat that? That sounds disgusting. After you're finished, of course, you brush your teeth exactly like your mom taught you when you were a child. Then, like the responsible person I know you are, you wash your dish. Suddenly, as you are about to go walk the dog, your iPhone sends you a reminder about that pill you drink once a week every Saturday. You open your drawer and oops, it turns out you took the last one the week before and you forgot to buy more. You are a little bit pissed at yourself and you get in your car to drive to the pharmacy. You go in, you buy your pill, and then you drive home. How long did all of that take you? Let's say an hour and a half. So let's examine how many products of different stocks you have used just in the first hour and a half of your Saturday morning. As an obvious start, you woke up in your apartment in Texas, which you rent. It is owned by one of the largest real estate investment trusts in the country, Mid-America Apartment Communities, with a lot of apartments in the so-called Sun Belt, which includes Texas. Every time you pay your rent, the owners of the company make a profit. Then you put some Hellmann's mayonnaise on that toast. It is made by one of the biggest consumer staples companies in the world, Unilever. Each time you buy their mayonnaise, shareholders of Unilever earn money. After breakfast, you brush your teeth using the toothpaste of Colgate-Palmolive, another consumer products company famous for its toothpaste and soaps. Then, in order to not anger your roommate or your wife, you wash your dishes using Fairy, a Procter & Gamble dishwashing liquid. For the people having Procter & Gamble in their portfolio, that's a win, they just made money. Then, if you remember, your iPhone sends you a notification to take your pill. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that you purchased it from Apple. After that, you got in your car and spent some fuel to get to the pharmacy. who is bringing that fuel out of the ground so that it gets to the gas station? Chevron, one of the biggest oil companies in the world. If you own it, the moment someone pays for that fuel, that money transfers to you through Chevron's dividends. Then you entered Walgreens, another publicly traded company that has a chain of pharmacies and makes money from people like you who use them to buy medicine. But Walgreens is in a building that they rent just like you rent your apartment. They rent it from another REIT, Realty Income, which even pays a monthly dividend. Every time Walgreens pays their rent, Realty Income makes money, and part of that money is transferred every month in the form of dividends to the owners of the company. And lastly, you actually buy your pill, which is manufactured by Pfizer, a pharmaceutical giant that also just made money from your purchase. See what happened here? In the span of just an hour and a half, you made money for 9 real businesses that stand behind the stocks known as Mid-America Apartment Communities, Unilever, Colgate, Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, Apple, Chevron, Walgreens, Realty Income, and Pfizer. And as a consequence, you also made money for all of their shareholders. But what if you could be one of them? Instead of simply spending your hard-earned cash and making other people rich, what if you could benefit from millions of trips like that happen every day for millions of people? Every day, like clockwork, someone does that trip and boom, you make money. Now, obviously, I'm not suggesting to invest exactly in these stocks. And by the way, if you want to see what are my top 4 companies and ETFs for the current economic and geopolitical environment we're in, go to the description and get my free report that will be sent directly to your email. It will be up to date regardless of when you are watching this because I am constantly updating it. Now, as I said, the point of the video is not to tell you to invest in these stocks or even discuss whether they are good companies or not. The point is to make you start thinking about all of the daily actions all of us take, how our lives would be impossible without these corporations, and who is making money while other people are spending it. Once you start to turn the wheels inside your mind and start seeing this, it will become impossible to unsee it. And it will give you way more clarity and down-to-earth view of these stocks you are researching. It will remove the abstraction layer. These companies will stop being just numbers, letters, and charts on the screen, and it will help you make better decisions. One potential pitfall, though, you have to be careful about is falling in love with a company. Because you start seeing their products or services everywhere, you run the risk of starting to think it is omnipotent or invincible. When that happens, you start breaking your diversification rules, and from there on, bad things follow. The reason for that is a very basic psychological principle, the familiarity bias. People are naturally inclined to think that because something is close to them and all around them, it is very safe. It is one of the primary reasons people love investing in real estate in their towns and have 100% of their investments there, which is insanely stupid. And I talk more about that in my investing program, The Dividend Method. Long story short, you would not think putting 30% of your portfolio in a huge diversified company like Coca-Cola or Microsoft is a good idea, but somehow people are convinced that putting 100% of it in apartments in their town is smart. Anyway, this is a topic for another video, but what I'm warning you about is this familiarity bias that can wreak havoc in your portfolio. Understand what the companies are doing, start noticing real-life examples of their products and services, but don't get caught up in the excitement and start breaking your diversification rules. If you're getting value out of this video, consider hitting the like button and then subscribe with the notification bell. That way, you won't rely on the algorithm to show you my future videos and you will get them directly through your notifications. To sum up, one of the best ways I have found to remove the abstraction from investing in stocks is to simply imagine and understand what daily actions people are doing while using their products. That way, you have a way more concrete understanding of their business model because, as the Buffett's quote goes, you are not buying stocks, you are buying businesses. Once you do that, you will also start noticing how each and every person going through their daily lives is giving money to the shareholders of these companies, which I find extremely motivating for me because I know that if I can become a partial owner in these businesses, I will also collect some of the cash. As long as you don't get caught up in the familiarity bias, fall in love with a stock, and break your diversification rules, this mental exercise will both help you understand your investments better and become more motivated. Let me know what you think about this method. Have you ever done it? And if not, do you think it will help you become a better investor? Comment below in the video. I love seeing what my audience thinks, and I also read and personally reply to all the comments I get. And before you go, click the video that should have appeared on your screen right now to continue with your investment education. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there.